Ilich!
What? Where have you been, my brother?
We meet again like this on the train tracks of the world.
Comrade,
What is new?
perhaps you've heard of my incarceration and my recent release. But the fact is...
I heard you escaped, Ilich.
I was never the prisoner. They were the prisoners.
Ah, yes.
You may have noticed some of my new creations in the world of chaos.
Remember Professor Smirin from Patrice Malone?
Yeah, of
He
course,
died.
of course.
He died recently. But
I never liked him.
I never liked him.
He never held his liquor, his women.
The struggle.
They-
So tell me, my friend, what is going on with these groups?
Here's what's happening. Once again, chaos reigns supreme.
Yes.
But with our control. Control
But
chaos.
the money, you have the money. How did you teach them the money?
The money comes like the wind, like the water to me, to
Yes.
Ilich.
Yes.
But my name is no longer Ilich.
What, you changed your name?
I'm Carlos now,
You're Carlos now.
the Jackal.
The Jackal.
I come and I go, I disappear, and I own the world as we know it.
I knew.
There is
knew
but
it.
one other chance for the world
Yes.
to know me. But they'll never have it.
Chaos.
They'll never get the chance.
But,
Because it's like
but
this.
Ilich, I have an assignment, and so do you. What are we going to do about these assignments?
What we always do.
The Highgate Rumba. There's a party in Highgate tonight, says Tony, over at Edwin's, the Earl of Anglesey. You can come in jeans. He's hip to the left and strange, and loves to flatter his high society girls with articulate communists, mysterious spirits, and the cheek of dressing down. After a short walk through the leafy lanes, they show up around 10, unwrapped by help in livery, and escorted downstairs to the seance, whispering between black velvet curtains. "We welcome 2 new observers," announces Edwin. "We welcome Witness of the Beast." Tony shields himself with polite irony as Frank examines the writhing gray ectoplasm, forming tubes and pyramids above the table. "Master Alistair, reveal your desire," intones Edwin, lifting his beefy arms to the smoke, as his guests concentrate on a central foaming crystal ball. "Why do you insist on juvenile pranks?" retorts a sharp voice. Everybody expects the bald pate, the familiar sadistic glare, but floating above their heads is lamb, Crowley's Tibetan contact, seething gray skin, and wraparound alien eyes. "Release me this instant! I have nothing to say to young fools." They instinctively blink, and Lamb disappears in a blue snap of electricity. "Well," says Edwin, stroking his bushy sideburns, "it must be time for drinks. Hey-ho!" They return to the reception hall to mingle with newcomers, spooning rounds of Stilton cheese and spilling vintage champagne on their posh buckled shoes. Edwin circulates, introducing London's rich and clever heirs to the Reds and anarchists in the New World News. Their carefully coiffed and pressed personalities, brushing black motorcycle jackets and flowing Arab gowns. "If you see anybody you're not supposed to know, it's because Guy Burgess made the invitations," jokes Edwin, mixing the unbelievably inane with the unconditioned insane over Dom Perignon. Tony disappears into a connecting closet with a brunette and lime pastels, and Frank allows a whiskey buzz to take him towards the Arboretum, across an enormously immaculate lawn, and into a vertical grip. He's thinking trees are older, Trees are immeasurably older than society. Trees are hardwired in our brains, carried root, sap, and leaf in our deepest personal mythologies. When he happens upon two lovers, tastefully necking on a bench.
Frank, old boy, good to see you again.
Frank sees a look of welcome irritation wash the girl's face as the man gives him a big embrace. It's Ilich, his Venezuelan friend from Moscow. Ilich, with a jaunty new mustache, still chasing expensive skirts. This one curses softly and disappears. So they sit down on the bench in a leftover cloud of opium to catch up.
I went back to Caracas, but ended up working for the wrong fiction, and they threw me out. So we're both American exiles now, even if it took you a bit longer to find London. English women are the best in the world. Well, maybe not the best, but they love drugs and they hold their liquor. So what more do you want? Would you like Melinda's number?
Ilich leans close.
You must tell me what happened. To the diggers. Was it Hoover? And the Weather Underground? Breaking Tim Leary out of jail was high art. Exceptional.
They're bluffing, Ilich. They're idiots. They're just STS kids. Falling for their own press releases. They're retarded roadies who blew up the band by accident.
So why are you here?
I resigned. I'm here with Tony.
Maybe so, Frank. But just the same, powerful numbers in certain covert operations. Think you're still operational?
I'm in flight. And I'm not fighting anymore. Not in America, and not in Europe. Let's just go back to the party.
I've got a better idea, Frank.
What's that?
Follow me.
Ilich gives him a swig of warm Swedish vodka, and they wander through dewy fields behind luxurious villas to a small square cemetery shrouded in fog. Ilich hops the wrought iron fence and waltzes smoothly to the spot. Frank lights their Cuban cigars. With the exuberance of student conspiracy, they drink and smoke fast. Two bulky profiles from North and South America, sitting below the big black marble head of Karl Marx. After 20 minutes, they're toasted, praising each other in Russian slang. A little improvised soft shoe on his ornate Victorian gravestone, singing The International and all the pub doggerel they can recall.
Death to capitalism!
Death to capitalism!
As they rumba, hand to hip, 7 times around the only philosopher who prized the world more than his own ideas. They finally get dizzy and fall to the wet grass laughing.
One last salute to health and freedom and fraternity.
Then a sodden, wobbling way back to Edwin's mansion. The butler gives them white terry bathrobes to replace their muddy jeans and jackets, and these prove to be of great interest to the bored birds lingering slim and witty for the first directions of another Highgate party.
Not since Moscow have I seen your face, my brother, huh?
What's going on with these groups? What's going on?
You know what's happened.
What is
It's
this?
like
What's
my
going
father
on?
told me, you'll not amount to anything, but I've amounted to everything.
Everything. I knew you were the...
Dr. Moore, what's going on? What is going on?
what is happening is the complete destruction of the world as we know it. I continue to confound, I continue to elucidate, I continue to know, and yet...
So, again, our plans are bigger than we both thought.
Yes.
Together, the world and the domination. They thought that I was the prison, but in fact, they're the prison.
Yes.
They know nothing. They know nothing. What
Yes.
I know is that terrorism and chaos rules, and that
And they recruited me to kill you, and they recruited you to kill me, and here we are together, brother.
But the one thing that you must know...
My truc. What are we going to do about these assignments?
What we always do.
We drink! First we drink, then we will decide if it's important.
After we destroy the world, we create a new one, huh? Ilich,
Unbelievable.
the world is disintegrating in our feet.
Nothing can hold me. No tar, no prisons, nothing. I spit on it.
Oh,
I spit on it. You mock me. I mock you.
The Three Names of Lenin.
From inside our frame of reference, we can see the news of the world as a complex contest between agencies. Nothing is as it appears to be, and the message is always the same. If you don't obey the code in the text, we will kill you. Consider Bobby Fischer. World press made him a hero, defeating Spassky at Reykjavik. The self-taught Jewish grandmaster defeats the atheist Russian chess machine to become world champion. But the maps, not the territory. We know Fischer's a KGB asset, a rabid anti-Zionist, easily manipulated. Spassky's the sophisticated Jew, the Western sympathizer, the impossible to control. We know Moscow ordered Spassky to throw the match, ordered Fischer to make perspicuous demands for his defense of Karpov. So the ambitious young party, Apartik, can become the world champion without playing a game. Spassky's retired from international chess, allows to marry in peace. Fischer subtracted from the news of the world, hidden in a Pasadena Christian cult, and eventually allowed to wander South America, Asia, Central Europe, like a bearded wraith, like a fake wandering Jew.
Another pint of Guinness, says Ilich, gesturing to a chubby, blonde barmaid in the Green Park pub.
The more you insist upon your resignation, the more they think you're a sleeper, Frank. They assume you're programmed for something big. Here we go! A toast to the news behind the news.
They clank and drink.
I guess you know I've been working for George Habesh and Wadi Haddad. I shot the Zionist Zoltar safe a few miles from here and bombed 2 fucking Jewish banks. Nothing important yet. Eventually, I'll have my own network, but now I'm working with the Popular Front. The Palestinians are exiles in their own land, stripped of future and authority, denied both a future and a past. The Russian model is a lie. It's not about the workers. It's about the people, Castro knows. He understands the deeper unities. The Russian nation-state is identical to the American nation-state. They're both controlled by London banking cartels, and they both give Israel the bomb. This way Castro promotes barter economy and free social programs for the people. Independence from the globalist bankers. The people are the way. Do you know they dismissed me from Patrice Lambarba for attending the Arab demonstration? Why did they kick you out of Berkeley?
They didn't. It was my father.
Yes, of course. Sometimes we're not the same voice. Your father designed the guidance circuits for surface-to-air and air-to-air missiles during the Vietnam War. He played golf, maintained the yard, took family to mountains every weekend in brown Dodge station wagon. He never explained the decisions. His mood was law. He erupted without warning. I wish he were mine! How easy to rebel against the dogma and dogmatic fascism of Yankee middle class. A fistfight. How literary. You never went back. Extraordinary. You probably saw him beating your mother. I suspected it. You should be the one for the Popular Front, not me. My father was a rich lawyer in Caracas, who overcame my theological tendencies with proper leftist education in Cuba. He had a mistress for each season of the day and of the year, and Casanova autographed a note that he had kept safely. And Elba divorced him and took me away. He continues to support me, my Marxist training in Moscow, and encouraged my interest in languages. He still writes me twice a month and always includes a substantial check. So how can I kill such a father? How could it even come to mind? In the end, I'm sure he'll bring me to God. But you denied your father and your God in one move. You walked away. How fortunate, how free. My father named his sons the 3 names of Lenin. That was the limit of his lunacy. But Kutcher further thought genetic insanity could strike him down at any moment while he was checking his oscilloscope, weeding the yard, shopping at Kmart, when he saw you in Glendover, curse clouded everything. Why were you so arrogant, so independent, so indifferent to the middle-class rewards? Why did you resist his engineering? How could you evade the conditioning of pleasure and pain, of presence and absence? Your father was perfect, made your life political, mystical, autobiographical. Well, I'm going to Brussels, and you're off to Milan. So allow me to propose a small wager. A bottle of good Russian vodka for the first feature sighting, and a large tin of Bagula caviar for the terrorist star. I say the world's too small to stage for both of us, and too large for one of us. We meet again, then. We meet again.
You're on.
With the odd and certain sensation that his memories were being scrambled to a slightly different frequency.
And one last thing.
As they touch mugs to seal the bet.
George gave me a new name. Finally, something Spanish. I'm Carlos now.